What's going on, everybody? And I hope you've had a fantastic weekend and you're enjoying your Monday morning so far. This is MYG Jeffy T85 here, and I'm bringing you the BKN Game Recap for the Brooklyn Nets, as yesterday they took on the Charlotte Hornets at the Barclays Center at 6 p.m. last night. And for the most part, the Brooklyn Nets, they've really, for the past couple of games, it might be that momentum swing that the Brooklyn Nets needed after that big victory over the Boston Celtics, where they were trailing by 28 points. And they were going up against a team that had 20 wins on the season. The Charlotte Hornets are one of the worst teams in the NBA, second worst in the Eastern Conference. Only the Detroit Pistons are a worse team right now than the Hornets. The Nets needed to come home, and the Nets needed to literally take care of business against a team that they were clearly a lot better than. And that's exactly what the Nets ended up doing. The Nets ended up taking care of business today, and they ended up winning this game pretty convincingly by the score of 102-86. And the Nets, for the most part, they didn't shoot the ball incredibly well. They only shot the ball about 39% from the field. They shot it pretty poorly from the three-point line. They shot only 28%. They did get to the line 22 times over Charlotte's 15. Charlotte didn't shoot the ball very well at all either, and the Nets were able to hold Charlotte to only 86 points on the game. That's good defense overall by the Brooklyn Nets against a team that really does not have the type of offensive firepower that they need without somebody like a LaMelo Ball, who is out for the season due to injury. And Jacques Vaughn continue to press the right buttons that need to be pressed in these games going forward. I mean, last night, good defensive rotation, solid points off the bench, and it continues to be the same guys that are just going out there and continuing to play well. And that's mainly, right now, the four best players on this team. Cam Johnson, Nicolas Claxton, Mikal Bridged, and Spencer Dinwiddie. Those four guys continue to just go out there and just play effective, solid, strong basketball on the court. All four of those guys. Mikal Bridged just continues to evolve as an offensive player since he's joined the Brooklyn Nets. Again, last night, he had another 33-point game. 33 points on 12 of 21 shooting. That's the best part about how Mikal Bridged is playing right now. He's not only scoring points, but he's having a very efficient shooting games every single time. And he played in 41 minutes. He also had 8 rebounds. He had 2 assists, 1 block shot. He had no turnovers, which is one of the best things about this team. In fact, the Nets as a whole only turned the ball over 5 times. That's a great job by the Brooklyn Nets, taking care of that basketball and not allowing the Charlotte Hornets to be able to create enough turnovers for, on the basketball court. That's a great job by discipline by the Brooklyn Nets and being able to facilitate the ball to the open guys consistently. But Bridges continues to be the number one option on this team offensively. He continues to be a guy that's becoming a force on this team. And he's becoming the star on this basketball team as we continue to move forward. Also, Spencer Dinwiddie had overall a very strong game. He had 2 block shots and 1 steal to go with 24 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists on 9 of 19 shooting. He wasn't great shooting the ball from 3. Nobody really was shooting the ball great from 3 besides Joe Harris. He was 3 for 10 from the three-point line, played in 39 minutes, 24 points, 2 blocks, 1 steal, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. An efficient, strong game by Dinwiddie overall. And he only had 1 turnover. That's also a very big thing for Dinwiddie. Cam Johnson, while he didn't light it up offensively, he had 11 points. He had 10 rebounds, a double-double for Cam Johnson. 3 for 13 from the field, so not a great shooting day for Cam Johnson, but he still was able to get it done rebounding. 35 minutes he played overall. He was 1 for 7 shooting from the three-point line, so not a very great three-point shooting day by Cam Johnson, but overall just a strong game, in other ways for Cam Johnson. And then Nicolas Claxton, 3 block shots, 8 points, 12 rebounds, 3 assists in 27 minutes, 3 for 5 from the field. So his scoring is not really all over there. But at the same time, rebounding and defense, that's where Claxton is thriving right now. And that's exactly what he did against the Charlotte Hornets, continuing to build his resume up to be a potential defensive player of the year. Dorian Finney-Smith didn't have the strongest of games. He did have 7 rebounds and 2 block shots, but he only had 5 points on 2 of 8 shooting in 33 minutes with 1 of 5 from the three-point line. But Finney-Smith, he's an efficient player, so he went out there and had himself a very efficient game on the court for the Brooklyn Nets. And then coming off the bench, it was really Joe Harris's night. Joe Harris had the hot stroke from the three-point line. He was 4 for 6 from the three-point line. All 12 of his points came from three-point shooting, 4 of 6 from the three-point line in 18 minutes. Harris was the spark plug for the Nets in this game in terms of being the three-point shooting option overall. So that's the best part, is that this Nets team, the one thing I'm happy about when it comes to this Nets team in last night's game, they didn't turn the ball over. 5. They out-rebounded the Charlotte Hornets last night, 52-49. The Nets also did an excellent job assisting the ball at home, and that's one of the best things they did. This team took care of business on their home court. That's the one thing you look for a team that's just better than their opponent. They took care of business against a team they are just flat out better than. And that's exactly what the Brooklyn Nets did. They took care of business against a team they are just better than. And that's what you need to do on this playoff run. You need to be able to go and you need to just go out there and just have efficient game after efficient game against teams in front of you that have a worse record than you, that are not going anywhere this year, and you just go out and handle your business. And that's what I'm happy the Nets did. And now the Nets now on the season are 36-28. 4th in the Atlantic Division. They are still 5th. They're 6th in the Eastern Conference because the New York Knicks are just friggin' not losing right now. They won a double overtime game against the Boston Celtics. So the Knicks are not losing right now. I mean, the Nets are just trying to stay into that top 6 right now. They want to avoid the play-in game. You got Atlanta. You got Miami, you got teams like that are crawling right behind the Brooklyn Nets. All the Nets have to just keep doing is just handling their business, even though the schedule is going to get a lot harder. Right now, their next game is on Tuesday against the Houston Rockets, another team that the Nets should just be able to go out there and handle their business against. The Houston Rockets are not a good basketball team at all, so the Nets need to go out there, handle their business against a team that is not good, and just do what you need to do, get a victory, and then get ready right after that for, I believe, the next game against the Milwaukee Bucks on Thursday. So, I liked what the Nets did overall. I do. Efficient game. Did a good job passing. Out-rebounded their opponent. No real turnovers. The stars stepped up. Dinwiddie, Claxton, Johnson, and of course Bridges. A decent job by the bench. Not great. Joe Harris was the guy coming off the bench last night. Did his job. And now the Nets are 36-28, going ready for a game against Houston where they should win that game too and hit their record up to 37-28. Just keep racking up those wins. And then we'll see what happens after that. Because the schedule is going to get a hell of a lot tougher by the time we get to, the later part of March, the middle to late part of March, and then going into April. So that's your BKN game recap. The Nets win a very, very good game last night by the final score of 102-86 over the Charlotte Hornets. They are now 36-28 on the season. Have a game on Tuesday against the Houston Rockets, and the Nets just keep handling their business as we go. So hit that like button if you haven't already, and give a sub to NYGJeffyT85 for more news, updates, chatter, and game recaps surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. And turn on the bell for notifications of the next video or short dropping on the channel surrounding the Brooklyn Nets. So, and let me know in the comments section what you thought about last night's victory for the Nets and what you think about this team going forward. So thank you very much, everybody, and I hope everyone has a great rest of your Monday. Take it easy and let's go Brooklyn Nets. It's a Nets world, and we're all just living in it.